Hi guys, welcome to Heirs Tools for Success, Episode 1. Um, uh, I know it's been a while. We said that we'd have it up sooner than this, but we had some personal stuff we had to cover first, and now we are ready to get this done. The first one, we did one, and it was about an hour long, a little bit more, of just me talking the whole time for an hour. And so, after some suggestions from some of the other users, because obviously it's going to take forever and a day to upload an hour to the Telegram or YouTube or any place, um, we decided to cut it down to around 20 minutes, maybe a little more, because we do have a lot to cover. So I'm going to get straight to it so that we can actually cover this stuff and get as much information in it, these 20 minutes as possible. Episode 1. First thing we're going to talk about today is our journey. Me and Struggle's journey. By the way, I am Sunbro, and this is Struggle.
Struggle.
Brian and Kailey. Say hi, Kailey.
Hi.
We have been together for a little bit more than 2 years, and we've been fighting this addiction together for 2 years. I mean, for 1 year technically, because we've been actually focusing on it for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, but really, we've both had this addiction for a very long time, so, technically we've been fighting it longer than that. But, okay, first things first, our journey, then the second thing we're going to talk about is tips for helping to abstain from PMO and masturbation, different stuff like that. And then, finally, we will do our 5 questions that we have from Jacob, CJ, Alec, Buzz, and Freedom. Okay, what do you want to talk about first on our journey?
I guess where we started Nofap.
Well, we started Nofap at the start of this year, or start of 2015?
It was
14.
November 2014.
Okay, November.
We joined the forums.
Yeah. Before that, we had started maybe, I think, around July, really actually trying, or I did.
Yeah.
And then that's when I actually started putting blockers on my iPad and Xbox and different things like that to help abstain, and was still relapsing over and over and over and over. And then around November, Kailey started realizing that she also had a problem, and we started fighting it together, and we joined Nofap to help us with that, and started our own journals and everything like that, which helped wonderfully. I have 3 of them, and they're in my signature. If you want to read them, you can see how much I've changed, how much of a completely different person. I used to be a complete jackass. By the way, I cuss a lot, and I'll probably cuss a lot in these episodes, so please be patient with me. And she also cusses a lot, so if she just says ass or something else, or calls me names.
Just continue with the story.
Okay. Okay. I have to center myself. Yeah, and we started. We did our journals and stuff for a while, and then we got really invested in posting and everything. And well, a lot of things started happening. We both went a long time. I went 243 days. She went
263.
263. I fell because I became, what was the word exactly?
Complacent?
Complacent. There we go.
Same.
Yeah, and we thought we could do it, and we didn't have to ask other people for help, and we didn't need other people's help. We could do it ourselves. It's a lie. It's a big-ass lie. It's a everlasting, horrible cycle of bullshit that you will tell yourself because you want to feel safe and strong and everything else, but you can't. You can't do it by yourself. You'll never be able to do it by yourself. Don't think that. You're not invincible. You're not God. You're not super strong. You're not anything like that. You need people's help. You need somebody else's help to get you through this. You got to make yourself strong, and then you keep yourself strong by relying on other people. That's how you do it. we couldn't even just rely on each other. We needed others. We needed the forum. We needed you guys. We needed all kinds of different support just to get through it. And we felt like we didn't need it anymore at that 243 days and that 263 days. I ended up finding a unlocked iPod, and I picked it up like a fucking idiot, and it went on from there. And then
I was at home alone, and I just got my laptop fixed, and it just got out of hand. I guess I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing or how I was spending my time. So, always keep busy.
Mindfulness. Always be mindful of everything that's around you. Always be mindful about how your actions and other people's actions affect you and you affect them. Always be mindful of how everything is affecting you. What triggers you. What things in your life make you sad or happy or angry. Anything that's affecting you, and you can manipulate your environment so that you can succeed in whatever you want to do. You want to quit PMO? Manipulate your environment. I mean, just get rid of some things that are triggering you. Do what you have to, and it'll help 1,000 times. I promise. Me and Kailey have blockers. I have blockers on my iPod. I have blockers on my PS4. I have blockers on her laptop. We have OpenDNS on our Wi-Fi. We do all that not because we feel like we have to, but because we do not want those things around us. We just, a lot of things we unblocked, like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that, but I only use them at home. We only use it at home, together.
When we're together, yeah.
Yeah, and because we don't trust, it's not that we don't trust each other or ourselves, it's that we don't trust the internet to take care of us, because the internet is just filled with a bunch of bullshit. And you can never know what could pop up.
Yeah.
Really. Well,
have we just run into tips from the journey part?
Huh?
Have we just gone into tips already?
Well, I'm going back and forth, I guess. Tips and journey is kind of hand in hand, really. You could tie off with tips or journey really good. But yeah, continue on with the journey part of it. Excuse me. In September 2015, I spent almost every waking day, even in August, messaging Alexander over and over and over and over and over to give me the chance to make a group. And I told him that I had a lot of good ideas for it. I had a lot of good ways that I could get people to come in, challenges, different ideas, ranks, different things like that. And by the way, all the ranks that you see on the wall, the Grave Lord stuff, all of that stuff is Little Miss Struggle's idea over here. Me and her just had gotten into Dark Souls a lot, and I loved the idea. If you don't know, that our group is based off of a covenant from Dark Souls called Heirs of the Sun, same name. And what they do in the game is you join the covenant, and the way you rank up in the covenant is by putting your summoning sign down outside of a boss fight or an area or something, and the person can summon you into their world. And you can help them get through that area and get through the boss fight and stuff. And then after you beat the boss with them, you get sent back to your own world, and you get a rank for it because you helped them. It's called Sunbroing, or after my name or whatever, Sunbro. And then Knight Solaire is like the leader of the Heirs of the Sun, and so that's why I named myself that on the forums, and then kept the name Sunbro because everybody calls me Sun still. So
all of the PMO ranks and social ranks are from the game. They're either bosses or enemies or souls that you pick up and pop for points to put into your level.
More souls like to put into your
yeah. Souls.
Well, souls. Yeah. Okay. Finally, he said, "Hey, you can make a group," and he made the group for me. And it was the second group ever to be created. The first one was the group that he created for a test about his cat, and it got like 80. It still has like 80 people in it. And the crazy thing is we got the ranks on there, we got all the challenges on there. And within the first month, we had 80 people. and we had like 3K views within the first month. Like, it blew up like crazy within the first month. And then, I'm sorry if it sounds like we're rushing. I know, I'm just trying to get a bit of this information within this 20 minutes. But, people just really like the ranks, people just really like the challenges and different things like that. It's really hard to remember some of the other people, but I know that people like Britax was around earlier on, and then you had people like that I invited inherently, like Haggis and all them, and he's made it past a year, by the way. He's still going strong. He was my AP at that time, and by the way, I do believe I'm at 116 days now. What are you at?
190.
190. More than 6 months right here. She's already back to more than 6 months. Everybody congratulate more than 6 months over here.
Shut up.
No, okay. But, really, the main thing a couple things I wanted to touch on about our journey real quick. I don't remember, maybe November, a little bit after that or something. I got a message from a user that was very active on my group. His name was Solid Stance. You all know him. Mr. Monk Mode, or whatever. You know, we have memes about him, everything. And he runs the Reddit division currently. He used to be one of my Grave Lords, and he used to run the whole group by himself. I got a message saying, "Am I posting too much?" Pretty much was what it said. And I told him, no. I mean, all your posts are inspirational. All people are liking them like crazy. He is the most liked person on the Nofap forums right now. Like, he has like 2,000 likes more than the other people, and he only has like 4,000 likes, which is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Like, he single-handedly got more likes within the first couple weeks than I'm third, and I've been on here for more than a year. He's been on there way less than that. But my point is, wonderful guy. He single-handedly ran the group for like 3 months, and then he created the manual that you have all read, I'm guessing. I haven't even fully read it, so don't feel bad if you haven't. But she edited it, so obviously she's read it, and he runs the Reddit division currently right now, and apparently it's going really great. I don't use Reddit, and so I'm not on there very much. But Kailey uses it every day, pretty much. So, I mean, I haven't been on it in a very long time. I don't use Facebook, Reddit, or Twitter, any social media or anything like that, because not just because it has a lot of triggers, but because I consider it just a extreme waste of time, pretty much. And here we are, 116 days and 190 days, and we are here right now to try and help you guys. That's what we are making this video for. A couple of tips, real quick, before we get on to the questions for the last couple minutes, or 5-10 minutes. Cold showers. They kill urges, they kill flashes, they kill everything. If you have access to a shower and you are having problems and you feel like you are about to relapse, you jump in that damn shower and turn it barely, like, inch it over. You know, I mean, in most showers, cold is like barely turning it. And so just immediately jump in there, stay in there for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and you will be fine as soon as you walk out of that. Cold showers, they help so much. I've started doing them every morning. I don't take any hot showers. I take baths, hot baths sometime to relax my muscles and stuff, but that's it. I'm not the ice shepherd, Grindel. I don't take ice baths yet, so I'm sorry. But, I still haven't got her to take cold showers yet, and it irritates me because she doesn't live up to my standards. But, really, just guys, it really does work. The forums say it. You guys say it. The Cold Shower Coalition says it. Everybody says it. Really, I mean, it's one of the best habits you can get. I mean, I have no problem taking them anymore. You take them for 10 days and it just, you get in, and you might feel like a little bit of cold when you first get in, but once you get in and wash your hair, do whatever else you need to do, and then as soon as you step out of there, you feel refreshed. I mean, it feels so good. It really does. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's what it helps you do. Next tip. Recently we had a couple users freaking out. Like, I've gotten PMs and everything else about them flatlining and them not having their superpowers, you know. Biggest thing I can say about that is Nofap doesn't give you superpowers. What it does is it sets the stage for you to step up on the stage and say, I want confidence, I want to, whatever you want out of Nofap, whatever you want out of life, you have to step up on that stage and then do it yourself. Like Nofap, you quit PMO because it's an addiction and it's controlling your life. You don't quit PMO to get superpowers. You don't quit PMO because people say it's bad for you. You quit it because you believe that you want to get rid of it. You have to have your own reasons. You cannot succeed by doing it for other people's reasons. You cannot succeed by doing it because your loved one wants you to do it. You cannot. You will relapse because you will become complacent because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Now, that may sound arrogant because you're like, how the fuck are you supposed to tell me what the wrong reasons are? Kailey, am I right or am I right?
He's right.
We both know. I mean, we both lived it. You've lived it. We've lived it. We relapsed over and over and over and over. You know how it is. You know what you go through. Stop rationalizing and realize what you're doing to yourself. You have to do it for your reasons.
It has to come from inside of you. Your reasons why you want to quit. Not external reasons. They have to be internal.
It can't be, I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but it can't be because you're religious. It won't just happen because you believe it'll happen. You have to do it. It can't be because you're not religious. You can't just do it because you have belief only in yourself. I mean, those are two just examples. It can't be because you are confident and you know that you can do it in your mind because you're confident. No. It's a lie. You're rationalizing and telling yourself these things, and it's not going to happen. It has to come from inside you. You have to feel it. You have no doubt that you want to stop. If you have any doubt, if you have any little resounding thing that, okay, you may have this little voice in your head that says you should do it, you should do it, you should do it, but that, you should be able to tell the difference between that voice and your mind. You can hear the difference. It may sound like you, but there's a difference between you and that voice. There's a difference. You can tell. Okay. Another tip, I guess. You must, or final tip for now, I guess, until the next video. Void. Filling the void.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to say something about it real quick. Filling the void.
You have to fill it with things that are meaningful to you, not things that are just there for a moment and then gone, like other things like video games or other drugs or people or anything like that. It has to be things that are meaningful and things that are going to enrich your life and bring happiness to you. What are you doing?
You have to feel this void inside of yourself. What?
You hijacked me. Damn it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. You have to feel this void. Okay? You have to feel it with something that's meaningful to you, like she said. You have to. I mean, she knows what the hell she's talking about. We both know what the hell we're talking about. We've been doing this forever. Solid's been doing it forever. Bridex had been doing it forever. Ron's been doing it forever. We all know. We know what we've been doing. Ron, his challenge right now is pretty much getting you to fill that void with something that means a lot to you. I'm feeling it right now, tonight. I feel it with drawing, because that's meaningful to me. I've done it since I was a kid. She feels it with writing.
Same thing, done it since I was a kid.
Same thing, because it means something to us. Alec, he's making music because it means something to him. Making music, making your music, Alec, will fill your void. Keep doing it. It will fill your void. You will no longer need PMO. You won't need MO. You won't need anything. I mean, you will need what you want, and that's it. You won't need these outside sources. You won't have an over-sexualized mind that society seems to think highly and so highly of nowadays. I mean, okay, just fill your void with something meaningful to you. You want to talk more about these kinds of things with me? Send me, any of you guys, send me PMs, send struggle PMs, and we'll talk about it in the next video. We make it next week. We'll make it this weekend. On time this time.
Hopefully.
Sorry. Hopefully. Unless something bad happens or something, or we just fuck something up again. But, okay. I mean, that's all you gotta do, guys. Just feel it. I mean, it is by far one of the best choices you have ever made in your entire life. And it's not quitting PMO. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying filling your void with something else is the best choice you've made.
You can't just abstain and everything magically gets better.
You can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. It's not that easy. You can't just go, you can't even go just a year and still think that you're magically cured. It doesn't work that way. I'm sure there's some people that have gone long as in hell, and they're still acting like an asshole. They're still fucking around. They're still not doing anything with their life. And I guarantee you, when something gets hard, he'll come right back to the forums. They'll just turn right back around and go back to bad habits. Today is Friday is 2 weeks that I have been without nicotine. I went cold turkey, just stopped completely. I started back up after not doing it for 5 months, after I had relapsed, after those 243 days, because I fell into depression and I just felt like I needed it as a crutch, pretty much. And that's what I used it as. It was a crutch. And then I found my own reasons to finally quit, because originally I quit because I just convinced myself that it was the right thing to do because I knew struggle didn't want me to. Not because I wanted to quit, but because I felt it was the right thing to do to make struggle happy. And I shouldn't have done that. It has to be about me. It has to be what makes me happy, that it would make me happy. Otherwise, you won't do it. You'll just go right back. Okay, on to
these questions.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, starting on the questions. 5 questions that y'all asked. If you have a question you want to ask for the next video, let us know. We'll pick 5 of them and answer them next time. Next weekend. This weekend. Whatever the fuck. Jacob asked, what was the hardest section of days for you? Go ahead.
After 200. I am pretty much repeating what I said in the hour-long video, but y'all aren't going to see that. After 200, because you don't see the urges coming, and you very easily become complacent. In the beginning, it's not as hard because you expect the urges to come. You expect to have problems and to have to fight them off. But after 200, or more even, you feel like you've conquered it, when that's not true at all. So, yeah.
Okay, I agree 100% with you, but I believe that those days immediately after a relapse, or not a relapse, a flatline, are probably just a little bit harder in my opinion, because I mean, you if you don't know what a flatline is, it's when it's that period in your reboot, usually maybe around a month, 2 months, 3 months, something like that, and it's where you just lose all of that motivation and confidence and that clear-mindedness, and you just feel depressed and don't have much energy, and most of the time people lose their sex drive, different things like that, and it just immediately after that is very hard to come back from, because you don't have any urges, and most people don't anyways, and then as soon as it ends, you get bombarded with all these urges, all these flashes and everything else, and you don't know what to do. You're freaking out. Everything else. That's why I believe it's the hardest part. So I guess really it's very hard to deal with. Next question by CJSSA. How do you deal with the emotional ups and downs? How do you keep your attitude? I mean, it's just different ways to word the same question, pretty much. I deal with the emotional ups and downs mainly with empathizing with myself. I tell myself, it's a little tool that I learned from a user that goes by Warrior of the Light on the forums. He's still on there. He has a picture of Yoda as his avatar. He's a really good guy. I don't know if he's still going strong or not, but I've seen him around. You empathize with yourself by talking to yourself about, by saying, I know, it's going to sound weird, but you talk to yourself, inside yourself, not out loud. I mean, you can out loud if you want to, but inside yourself you say, I know you feel this way. I know you feel sad, angry, depressed, whatever, but you can get through this. You can make it. You can do it. You know you can do it. You can just keep going, and you stay positive. You just keep talking to yourself and telling yourself, I know that your mind is wanting you to get your dopamine hit. I know your mind is wanting you to go and relapse, but you don't need it. You don't want to do it. You don't want to let everybody down. You don't want to do anything. You just want to live your own life and be happy, and you can't do that with relapsing. It's the same thing as saying a mantra or an affirmation inside you or out loud. But really you're just letting yourself know inside that someone does care about you, even though there's no one else around. Someone does. You care about you. How do you deal with it?
Just other coping mechanisms.
Mindfulness.
Yeah. You just keep saying mindfulness over and over. And I bet Alec's gonna make fun of me for my accent. Fuck you, Alec.
Yeah. Fuck you, Alec.
Basically, just find something that makes you feel better that is not PMO or video games or drugs or tobacco or anything.
Filling the void.
Like journaling would be a good coping mechanism. You feel bad, you write out your thoughts.
Posting on the group.
Even burning pages or posting on the group, chatting in the Telegram chat.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah. Alec asked, how did my BPD affect my reboot? And then he asked Kailey, how did her social anxiety affect her reboot?
I'm not answering his question.
Okay, I'll answer his question, and then maybe you'll muster up the courage. So. But how did my BPD affect my reboot? First things first. A little fun fact about BPD. Borderline personality disorder, one of the main aspects of it is that it causes extreme distress in times of perceived abandonment. Like if I feel like someone has left me, or someone is going to leave me, or someone doesn't want to be around me anymore, or doesn't like me anymore, or something like that. Perceived abandonment. It doesn't even have to be like they actually left. I just have to think they actually left, and it causes me extreme distress. I mean, it's a lot easier to handle with me being on my medicine. I take, generic Zoloft. I don't remember what the hell it's called. But It's a SSRI antidepressant, and it helps 1,000 times to deal with this stuff. But before I was on my medicine, every single time that, but especially before I got to Nofap, every single time I got depressed, I would PMO immediately. Impulsiveness is also part of that. I wouldn't even think about it. I'd just go do it. I wouldn't be mindful, nothing. I'm so glad that I learned all these tools to help work with this stuff. That's from reading, from posting on the forums and the group, and from learning from all you guys and all the people from the forums. It's helped so much. It tore me apart, and it made it very, very hard to make it through life. And it still makes it very hard to make it through life. And even now, with me not having any urges or flashes or anything like that in a long time, it still affects me very negatively, because I tend to obsess over things and overthink about things, and they cause me great distress when I don't feel like they get resolved. And at any moment, I'm afraid that that could come crashing down. But I stay strong because I have you guys and I have her. And somehow my bridge doesn't collapse. You know, I mean, I'm still staying strong. Go ahead.
Okay.
Social anxiety.
How does it affect my reboot?
Yes. How has it?
Well, with social anxiety, you tend to isolate yourself from people, or not want to talk to others or ask for help, because you just don't have the willpower to talk to those people. And even just saying hi and how are you is a struggle when you have anxiety like I do. So
Struggle.
I'm just gonna carry on and ignore that. God damn it. You did this last time.
We couldn't even go through Walmart
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
when no one was there. We couldn't even walk through and get groceries.
Yeah. But social anxiety with Nofap, if I feel like I'm having an episode where I don't want to see people, I don't want to go outside, I don't want to do anything, then it makes it that much easier to fall back into the addiction, because I'm not reaching out to others or asking for help when I need it. I just want to be alone, and that's dangerous. But I've learned how to deal with it better, with better coping mechanisms and opening lines of communication with this guy, and
You're doing great.
Hmm?
You're doing great.
What do you mean?
You're making a lot of progress.
Thank you.
I'm making a lot of progress.
He is.
We're making a lot of progress.
Progress!
Progress! Okay. Buzz, what pains do you associate relapse with? How did you explain this question again?
Your why to not relapse has to be greater than the why to relapse.
Oh, okay.
So, what is your why that's...
Not to relapse.
Yes.
Inside myself, not on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We fucked up last time and talked about the outside.
Yep.
Inside, because I need to hurry.
Yes.
Sorry, Buzz and Freedom. But inside, my why not to relapse is because I want to be a better person. And I can't be a better person when I PMO. What's yours?
Inside?
Yes.
Same thing. I can't go through life and accomplish my goals if I'm foggy-brained and depressed and even more anxious and all that.
Same reason why I quit tobacco. Because I can't live my life knowing that something else is controlling me. Okay, Freedom's question. What was the hardest part of quitting PMO? What issues did you come across in your reboot? Pretty much the same way of saying the same question. Two different ways. But, hardest part of quitting PMO was definitely dealing with my BPD and dealing. I had a I had, or I mean, I still have. I'm still dealing with it, but I'm so much better at it. I used to just do it so impulsively, but I had a lying problem, a compulsive lying problem, and I still have a problem with it now. But it's to the point to where I only do it if I am afraid that someone will judge me like harshly and or abandon me or something like that. And that has to do with my BBD too, obviously. But I'm doing good with it now. I mean, it's been a while since I've done it, but that was something that caused my last relapse, by the way, too. I just didn't tell anybody about the fact that I was having problems, and I just kept thinking that I could deal with it myself, and so I was pretty much lying by omission again. But hardest part about quitting PMO is definitely learning that you have to give up some stuff, and learning that you there's so many movies that I've wanted to watch this year, but they had stupid shit in them. And I know some of you guys go ahead and watch movies with that stuff in them just because you want to, but Kailey and I have made the decision not to support movies that use sex as a way to draw in audiences and stuff like that. Like, just stupid shit for no apparent reason, has nothing to do with the story, anything like that. Like, for instance, like, fucking the new popular one is, for example, is Deadpool. Like, all the comic books is literally just over-sexualized bullshit and blowing through the fourth wall, and it's just a bunch of stupid shit and lots of triggers, and there's no reason for anybody to go see it if you're wanting to live the life of someone through Nofap. But that's your choice. What is yours?
The hardest part?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not knowing if you're rationalizing or not is a big one. It's especially hard in the beginning days and at the point where you may or may not become complacent, because it's really difficult to trust your own mind when you're dealing with this kind of addiction, because it'll tell you all sorts of things to get you to go back to it. And issues I've come across are not wanting to ask for help, which was my last relapse, like his, and social anxiety played a big part in the beginning before I got on medicine, and that's pretty much it.
Sorry, Freedom. We're just pressed on time and stuff, buddy. But if you want me to explain it more, just PM me and I'll do my best. Strapple will too. Okay, so this is the end of episode 1 of Heirs Tools for Success. Take no mind for the random costume change for Mrs. Struggle here. We had a fashion mishap and we had to change. Well, Heirs. We have the huge war coming up, 50 on 50 against Solid. Whoever's on my team right now, I do believe we have 36, 38, something like that. And all 50 of them are going to get to see this video. And they're going to see every video. Oh, I don't know if we're going to upload these to YouTube yet, but be patient with us. We will figure that out. We do have a YouTube channel, and it is called just Heirs of the Sun, but we don't have any videos or anything on it yet. But the point here is good luck. I'm excited to see all these new faces that people are coming into the war, and Freedom and all the other clerics are recruiting in. I appreciate that more than anything. Grindel, by the way, great work on your GL work this week. You've done a wonderful job. You kept it in balance even though we were gone for a day. Great job. And I love all you guys. Fuck you, Alec. And I think we're out.